Hello everyone. So today I'm going to share with you guys how you can perform the bodyweight program for today. So I understand there are new people joining the bodyweight program, and I need to share with you guys how you can actually use this program. First of all, the bodyweight program itself really targets on building up your pull-ups, your push-ups, and also your um, single leg work. Ultimately, what we are aiming for is being able to do lots of pull-ups, being able to build up to your one-arm push-ups or one-arm leg push-ups, and also your pistol squat. But of course, everyone is at different uh, point in their calisthenic journey. All right. So while this program is being designed in a way to showcase the more advanced skills that are being developed, but there are many scaling options whereby you can actually tweak, change the exercise progression, put it in, and perform the same type of workout. All right, I'm going to give you an example later on. Okay, so the key thing for all this is to know the relative intensity which you are at. For example, let's say if you are building towards your one-arm push-up, all right, then for part B1 you'll be using things like your B1 is over here. You'll be using things like your assisted one-arm push-up to help you, because that itself is going to be the hard variation. All right, if you are looking to build up towards your standard push-ups, then you will be using negative push-ups or knee push-ups to help you with the variation. All right, so difficulty level is always subjective. All right, so I'm going to go through with you guys how you can perform this itself. So for part A, all right, we are actually working on pull-ups, working on being proficient on the bar. All right, so we're actually performing ladders for pull-ups. So you might ask, what should I be using? All right, so let's say if this is actually written for someone who actually has at least 5 to 6 pull-ups, but in the event maybe you don't have pull-ups at all, right? So what you can do is you can change it a little. All right, so if you look at this, there's this thing called a max reps, right? So it can be tweaked to say your banded pull-ups. All right, so it'll be helpful to know where you are at in terms of your banded pull-ups itself. All right, maybe for those of you who started, you want to try out one set of your maximum repetitions with your banded pull-ups, making sure that it's strict in terms of the form. All right, for this to be helpful, make sure that the movements are very strict. All right, which means no swinging, no kicking, no jumping whatsoever, no momentum. All right, find out your maximum repetitions and then perform the ladder accordingly. All right, so let's say if you find out that maybe with your, if you're doing a green band, the best is about 5 to 6 reps. Perfect. It's just nice. And then you do ladders of 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's basically how you can do it. Alternatively, you can even do things like negatives as well. All right, so let's say if you don't have bands, you can use negatives. If you are doing negatives, pull up negatives, you'll be doing ladders of 1, 2, 3. All right, with a 5-second hold at the top and slowly lowering yourself. All right, if you find that 5 seconds is a little bit too tough, all right, basically you can scale it down 3 seconds. It works as well. All right, so for all this, there are too many scaling options for pull-up. I'm sharing with some ideas, but of course, if you want to find out a bit more what suits you the best, just WhatsApp me or come on to Zoom. I'll share with you how you can perform this portion better. All right. For part A2, you're pairing it up together with your pull-up, so it is actually toes to bar. All right. But of course, if you find that toes to bar is a little bit tough for you, you can even swap to things like 90-degree straight leg raises, or you can do knee raises. All right, it's really up to the fitness level itself. All right, 3 to 5 reps. Okay, if you feel that you can't do this and you want to proceed the easier version, you can go all the way up to 6 to 8 reps with a slightly easier version. All right, I leave it up to you. Now, for part B itself, you can see here, basically it is going to be your push-up progression. All right, as mentioned earlier, this is more catered to those who already had a one-arm push-up and slowly building up. But let's say if you're using an assisted push-up, feel free to do so. A tip that is given here is choose a variation that allows you to perform 4 to 5 reps in a single set at a maximum. That means if I let you choose the progression to perform and ask you to max rep it out, you only can eke out about 4 to 5 with good form. Bad form I don't count, okay? So choose that variation. The options are actually here in the hyperlink here, so you can find out what are the variations, and then find out which one suits you and stick to it. All right, of course we'll be repeating this at least for the few sessions. All right. Now for part B2, we're pairing it with self-assisted pistols. All right, so basically this is pistols progression. Use a current variation, which allows you to get about 4 to 5 good reps at most. You find that the progression you can't even get to 4 or 5, probably it means that it's too hard, all right, to be used for the program itself. What you want to do is you want to find a suitable option, all right. A very good scaling option, other than using the one in the hyperlink, is basically box pistols, all right, decreasing height. So you can take reference from the GPP program. If you have benches, you have stools of differing height, you can choose one which is suitable for you. Again, if you're not so sure, come on to Zoom or WhatsApp me, I can share more with you. All right, so basically for part B itself, you're just going to alternate one set of one-arm push-up, one set of assisted pistol. So set one of assisted pull-up, assisted one-arm push-up, then after set one of assisted pistol, then 2 reps of push-up, 2 reps of pistol, so on and so forth. All right, so that's how you superset things. Part C is really more of an endurance section. All right, so we're going to get as many rounds and reps as possible in 20 minutes of pull-ups, push-ups, and air squats. The reps itself, in the purple notes, they are actually written there. So depending on your fitness level, choose the reps as required. All right, push-up, same thing. If you are actually working on, say, standard push-ups, all right, then I would say you might want to switch it to knee push-ups. All right, so for this case, always choose the easier progression, not the progression that you are actually working on for strength, not the progression you're working on for A1 and B1. All right, so always choose a progression which is easier, because you're trying to rep it out, you're trying to do a lot of reps. By choosing the one which you're actually using to build strength, you're not going to last very long. All right, so that is really the key. If you have any questions, feel free to send me.